The Echo of Numbers. Chapter 1. The First Whisper. The numbers started haunting Ellie Walker on an unremarkable Tuesday. It wasn't the kind of haunting that came with cold spots or ghostly apparitions, but something quieter, stranger. She noticed them in the most unexpected places, on the receipts of her purchases, license plates, and even in the sequence of her digital transactions. Always the same, 888. At first, she brushed it off as coincidence. Patterns were her mind's way of finding order in chaos, she told herself. But when the numbers began showing up in ways that defied explanation, a billboard that lit up with 888 right as she passed, the serial number of a book she borrowed, even a random password generator, it felt deliberate, as though the universe itself was pointing her toward something. Her notebook lay open on the kitchen table, filled with hastily scribbled times and places where the sequence had appeared. She stared at it, her fingers tracing the ink. "What do you want from me?" she whispered, her voice barely audible above the hum of the city outside. The silence that followed wasn't empty. It was heavy, charged, as if waiting for her to listen. Chapter 2. Synchronicity Strikes. Ellie couldn't ignore the synchronicities that began to populate her life. A friend she hadn't spoken to in years called her out of the blue, saying she'd had a dream about Ellie. The dream, oddly enough, involved a slot machine that landed on 888. The friend's voice was tinged with urgency. "You have to figure out what it means," she said. Ellie turned to the internet for answers, diving into forums and spiritual blogs. She learned about Carl Jung's concept of synchronicity, the idea that coincidences were not random, but meaningful. Some believed repeating numbers were messages from a higher realm, a bridge between the physical and the spiritual. Theories ranged from guardian angels to universal vibrations. One post stood out. "The numbers find you when you're ready to listen," it read. Beneath it was a phone number, ending in 888. Against her better judgment, Ellie called. Chapter 3. The Gatekeeper. The voice on the other end was gravelly yet warm. "You're seeing the numbers," the man said before Ellie could speak. "Yes," she whispered, gripping the phone. "What does it mean?" "It means," he said, "you've been chosen to see the threads." "The threads of existence," he explained. "Most people live their lives unaware of the intricate web connecting everything. The numbers are a key. They're calling you to wake up." The man introduced himself as Gabriel, a gatekeeper who helped people interpret these signs. He instructed Ellie to visit a specific spot in Central Park at sunrise. "You'll find what you're looking for there." Chapter 4. The Portal. Ellie arrived at the park, her breath visible in the crisp morning air. She followed Gabriel's directions to a secluded clearing. At exactly 8:08 a.m., the first rays of sunlight broke through the trees, illuminating a small, mirrored object embedded in the ground. As she picked it up, the world around her seemed to ripple. She wasn't in the park anymore, but in a vast, ethereal plane. Floating lights danced around her, forming sequences of numbers that glowed like constellations. She felt an overwhelming sense of connection, as if she were a single note in an infinite symphony. A figure emerged from the light. It was neither male nor female, but a presence both commanding and gentle. "You've crossed into the veil," it said. "The numbers brought you here to understand your purpose." Chapter 5. The Message. The figure explained that repeating numbers were vibrations of the universe, a language for those attuned to their frequency. Each sequence carried a unique message. 111, a call to focus your thoughts and intentions. Manifestation is heightened, what you think you create. 222, balance and harmony. Trust that you are on the right path and everything is aligning as it should. 333, alignment with mind, body, and spirit. A reminder that you are supported by the universe. For 44, protection and stability. Your angels are surrounding you, offering guidance and support. 555, change and transformation. Embrace new opportunities and let go of the old. 666, a reminder to refocus on your spiritual path. Release fear and align with your higher self. 777. Divine intervention and spiritual awakening. You are on the path of enlightenment. 888. Abundance and financial prosperity. The universe is aligning to bring you rewards, from financial windfalls to unexpected opportunities. 999. Completion and endings. A chapter is closing and new beginnings are on the horizon. You've been chosen to guide others, the figure said, to show them the threads. Ellie felt both humbled and terrified. I don't know how. You will, the figure assured her. The numbers will guide you. Chapter 6. The Awakening. When Ellie returned to her apartment, the world felt different, brighter, sharper. Synchronicities now felt like whispers from an old friend. She began hosting small gatherings, sharing her experiences and helping others decode their own repeating numbers. Over time, she realized her ability to interpret these messages was more than intuition. It was a gift. People from all walks of life sought her out, sharing stories of synchronicities that had changed their lives. Ellie's journey became intertwined with theirs, each thread weaving into a tapestry of connection and understanding. Chapter 7. The Infinite Echo. Years later, Ellie sat on the balcony of her New York apartment, watching the city lights flicker like stars. Her notebook, now filled with years of synchronicities, lay open beside her. The numbers still appeared, but they no longer felt mysterious. They were companions, reminders of the vast, unseen web that held everything together. Ellie smiled. She had learned to trust the echo of numbers, the quiet rhythm of the universe calling her to listen, to awaken, and to guide. Chapter 8. The Gift of Abundance. One fateful morning, Ellie received an unexpected email from a publishing house. They had stumbled across her blog about synchronicities and were eager to publish her insights as a book. The advance payment was far beyond what Ellie had ever earned before. As the days unfolded, the abundance foretold by 888 seemed to manifest in every corner of her life. A lottery ticket she had bought on a whim turned out to be a significant winner. Her book became a bestseller, opening doors to speaking engagements and partnerships that she had only dreamed of. But the most profound reward wasn't financial. It was the joy of seeing her message resonate with so many people. Letters poured in from readers who had found hope and clarity in their own lives through her guidance. Ellie knew this was the universe's way of affirming her path. As she stood before a packed auditorium one evening, sharing her journey, Ellie felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The numbers had not only guided her, but had also brought her the abundance of purpose, connection, and prosperity she had once doubted was possible. Her heart swelled with gratitude, knowing she had embraced the infinite echo of the universe, and it had embraced her back.